NXT opened up tonight with a shot of the vacant NXT title, which was left in the ring. They made it seem as if the show took place immediately following last week's New Year's Evil show when Obafemi left the NXT Championship in the middle of the ring, or technically I think on the announce booth, as he officially gave it up to go pursue the main roster. And this one, we saw the NXT Championship in the middle of the ring, and then we hear Ava's voice, unfortunately, and we see that the ring is surrounded by the men's roster. Ricky Saints' music hits. He comes out. Fans hate Ricky now. He ripped into both Obafemi and Javon Evans. Then Ava announced a 6-man ladder match on February 3rd. That's an edition of NXT, not a PLE for NXT. And there will be qualifying matches. Some guy in Evolve, I think his name's Carver, he just destroyed everyone. Just looks like some clunker football guy from Evolve. That's all I thought. Oh, great. Here we go. Another Jasper Troy, another Josh Briggs, someone who I don't want to fucking see. I don't give a shit about this guy. We see both Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan heading to their ring for their match. Backstage, we have our second Ava segment. Oh, a crime against humanity. She's told by Robert Stone that Blake Monroe is here. And then we get Lola Vice against Kalani Jordan. I thought this was a decent matchup. So Kalani attacks Lola right before the bell even rings. Kalani got the heat on Lola for a while, and then eventually the babyface Lola Vice makes a comeback. Kalani, I think, rolled up Lola. She tried to grab the ropes for the win, but then the referee stopped her. Kalani begins arguing with the referee, and she has her back shown, and right when she turns around, she eats a spinning back fist from Lola Vice and gets pinned. A decent match. After it, Lola talks to the camera, and that's when she calls out the NXT Women's North American Champion, Izzy Dame. We got a video promo for Tavion Heights against Jasper Troy. I don't give a shit about this. Speed match. Jasper Troy defends it against Tavion Heights. I fucking hate Jasper Troy. Some football clunker, Evolve guy, some NIL guy. I don't give a shit. Just some big guy. Oh, he has chains. What is he, the fucking Bruiser Brody now? I'm supposed to be intimidated by this guy. He looks nothing, wearing a Shield outfit. I don't know. He sucks. Match 1. Match lasted a few minutes. He beat Tavion Heights after a Blackwall Slam. After the match, Lexis King attacks Tavion Heights, so unfortunately this fucking feud's going to continue. Kendall Gray was backstage. She's talking to Ren Sinclair, and they're sitting right outside Ava's office. She wants another title shot, and then Zarya and Sol Ruka walk in, and basically they're kind of pleading their case for Sol to get the shot. Eventually, they're all in the office, and we see JC Jane, and then it's revealed that both JC, Lainey Reed, and Fallon Henley, all of Fatal Influence, are in the office, and then Ren and Kendall are in, and then Sol Ruka and Zarya are in. And that's when Ava announces a triple threat tag team match next week. The winner facing the TNA Knockouts Women's Tag Team Champions. I thought she was going to say maybe the winner faces the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Oh, that's cool. TNA Knockouts. I mean, who gives a fuck? That's what we're going to waste NXT on. I don't care about this TNA stuff. I know they have the big January 15th debut coming up in a few days when they go on to AMC, which is big for them, but no one cares about the Women's Knockout Championship. It means nothing. It's just so stupid. Anyway, this to me, this was a who cares, and this was the third fucking Ava segment. Oh. Backstage, Lexis King brags about what he did to Chase U. It leads to Stax and Ariana Grace praising him. I guess this is a new alliance. Then the camera goes to Robert Stone. He's yelled at by Miles Bourne, who wants a qualifying match. They promote Elio Lafleur. He is the new, he's a French luchador, and he's going to be debuting next week. Then we got the fourth Ava segment on this show. Ethan Page pleads his case to be in the qualifying match for the NXT Championship. She makes a match with Ethan defending his North American Championship against Elio Lafleur next week. Blake Monroe heads to the ring, and I have to say, she is out, and she's wearing hot black lingerie. Wow, Blake Monroe. She is the glamour Blake Monroe. She's something else. Glamour is forever. She talks about what happened last week, and she's cutting a very good promo. She's really, really good. And then she's interrupted by the returning Jada Parker, who gets a big pop. I was really happy to see Jada back. We haven't seen her in so long. I don't know why they don't use her more. I think Jada has so much potential to become a big star on the main roster. So much more than like 90% of the women in NXT who are being pushed over her. Particularly an NXT Women's Champion who's getting a push over Jada Parker, which I'll never fucking understand. But I'm happy to see Jada, and I'd love to see Jada and Blake go at it. I think they can do really well together. I think Blake can really get her over more as a babyface. And Jada's already super over. Everyone loves Jada. The fans love her. But I think Blake, they can work really well together here. I'm really looking forward to this if this becomes a long-term feud. And this should be the feud for the NXT Women's Champion. I mean, Blake Monroe should be champion, and Jada Parker should be chasing her, and they should be building up. This match to be a big match on a PLE. Instead, fucking JC Jane is champion, and the women's tag division is worried about the TNA Knockouts Championship, the tag team championships. I mean, who gives a shit? Anyway, this was really good seeing these two interact. Eventually leads to a fight. Blake takes a cheap shot at Jada Parker after she's upset that she was interrupted by her, and then Jada lays out Blake. She hits the hypnotic onto Blake Monroe, stands tall, and I thought this was a really good segment. This was easily by far my favorite part of the entire show. Really happy to have Miss Parker back. We got a stupid Shiloh Hill video segment. I don't care about this. And then we get Stax defending some TNA championship against Shiloh Hill. I don't care. Ariana Grace interfered, reversing an inside cradle, allowing Stax to win. So she flipped in favor of Stax, and he retains his belt. I don't care. We see Izzy Dame and the Culling heading to the ring. And back from the break, it's only Izzy Dame who comes out. I thought the Culling would be out with her, but she comes out alone. She's our new NXT Women's North American Champion. She cuts a promo after her title win last week. Fans were chanting for Tatum Paxley. Finally, Tatum interrupted her, and she goes right after Izzy before being pulled off by referees. She punches out one of the referees. Backstage, Kelly Kincaid interviews Ricky Saints backstage, and he's criticizing her for her unbiased. She's having biased journalism. That's in reference to Kelly, who prides herself on Kelly. Oh my God, I say Kathy Kelly. Wow, not Kelly. Kathy Kelly, who prides herself on being an unbiased journalist. That was kind of a cool nod there, if you know what that means. Anyway, I thought they had a good interaction, and Ricky says he's in the ladder match. Then he's interrupted by Stax, and then he leaves, and Lexis King comes from behind and tells him that they're ready to talk about something. I guess Stax and Lexis, and they're going to form an alliance. I think that's where that's headed. Eventually, Tatum Paxley, then we go backstage. She's being kicked out of the building after hitting an official. And then we see the Vanity Project, and they revealed that they've signed their NXT contracts. We all knew that would happen. They preview next week's show, and then we get our main event, a no disqualification match, Joe Hendry against Dion Lennox. Match was okay. Chairs and tables were used. Tony D'Angelo attacks Dion Lennox, lays him out with a chokeslam, and then he hits a chokeslam onto Joe Hendry. Then he decides to drag Joe Hendry over Dion Lennox so he can get the win, and Joe Hendry wins. After the match, Ava, she's back again. At least the whole second hour was basically Ava free until she had to fucking come out at the end. But she brings out security to stop the Don. He fights them off. I guess like Dark State is the NWO, and the Don is Sting. I guess that's where they're heading now. He's like a vigilante. That's what they used to call Sting during his WWE run. The vigilante Sting. But I guess that's where the Don's going to do right now. But he lays them out. Eventually, Joe Hendry does get the win. So I'm always happy to see Dark State lose. Dark State absolutely sucks. But that was NXT tonight. I thought the show had some good moments. I like the Kalani Jordan match at Lola Vice. I think both of them are star. I really like Kalani a lot, especially. Everyone knows I really like Blake Monroe and Jada Parker. I love both of them, and I like their interaction. So the women were good. Kendall Gray was featured. So Ruka is featured. I think both of them could be stars. Not a fan of Fatal Influence, but there was some stuff, especially with the women. The NXT men's division, after losing Obafemi, you lose Javon Evans. It hurts. Yeah, like you can tell. I don't see anyone who's going to be a big star. And that's going to be a problem. That is a problem. Miles Bourne is the only one, but I'm not sure he's really ready. But he's the one who I think probably makes sense to build around him right now. But That was NXT, and to be honest, I actually enjoyed this show more than last week's New Year's Evil show.